Okay, Jalen. So we have to start a new chapter, chapter 5, and chapter 5 is greatly reduced. Greatly reduced means what is morphology is not there, stem, root, leaves are not there, only flower we have to study and the two families we have to study. Okay, so we'll finish this chapter within this week because it is greatly reduced. Anyway, uh, first we will finish our course, and if still time remains, then we'll finish this chapter right from the beginning, the portion which are deleted. You can, because your classes have started quite late, so I am not in a state to complete the chapter. Otherwise I would have taught it. Okay, now very first thing is, what is morphology? What is morphology? Morphology is a branch of biology in which we study the external appearance, what a body look like. What a body look like means we are not worried about its color, size, shape and all, but we are worried about those things which are featuring. Like if it is a plant, the feature of the plant is that it has a stem, it has some leaves, it has got some type of flower has a particular color, shape, size. There are particular type of fruits, then the fruits may have seed, one or more seeds, type of seeds and all. Each part of a particular species is always have a characteristic shape, size, color and structure. Okay, so morphology is very important thing. Now the question is, why to study morphology? Why we waste our time in studying of morphology? If that is the question, the answer is, without morphology you can study nothing. Because if you don't make the difference between a neem tree and a mango tree, then what is the study? What is the use of study? Or rather, what we are studying it for? Do you want to study that what the structure of what is the structure or what is the plant? Okay, and so morphology, very first thing, helps us to identify a species. Morphology, in very first thing, that is the importance of morphology. First thing is that it helps to identify a species. It helps us to know that what a particular plant is, whether it is a pea plant, whether it's a mango plant, whether it's a grass, whether it is a sunflower, whether it is a any other plant, neem plant or any other plant. Okay, so very first importance of study of morphology is that it gives an idea of the species. Second thing, morphology also help us to know the adaptation, and by that adaptation we can tell us whether the particular type of plant is terrestrial plant or aquatic plant or a xerophytic plant or a mesophytic plant, or what type of plant it is. Thirdly, it helps us to know whether a plant is a stem, tree or a herb or a shrub or a, what do you call it, climber or a creeper, and accordingly it will help us to know that what type of, or what much or how much space is required, or what type of other conditions are required if we are going to cultivate them or culture them, or we want to grow them. Fourthly, it helps us to know what is the state of the plant, whether a plant is just a small plant, or it is a matured plant, or it is a senescing plant, whether it is in the state of flowering or reproduction, or it is not in a state of reproduction and all. So morphology gives us many ideas, and that is why the study of morphology is very important. And we also classify the plants into monocot and dicot, and that monocot and dicot are actually given the name on the term on the basis of their number of cotyledons present in their seed. But it is not necessary that every time we'll look for their seeds and see that how many cotyledons are there. Just barely looking at the morphology, we can tell whether the given plant is a monocotyledon plant or a dicotyledon plant, because monocot plants, they are usually seasonal, but that doesn't mean that the dicot plants are not seasonal, or that even doesn't mean that the monocot plants cannot be a perennial plant like a coconut tree or a date palm and all. They are once grown, they are grown forever, like 10-15 years they can easily grow. So I said usually. Okay. Second, the thing is that is the monocot plant will always have fibrous root, whereas the dicot plant will always have taproot system. Now, what are fibrous and taproot system that you must have studied in class 6. Otherwise, also I will just tell you that is this is the base of the plant. If the roots are in the form of fibers, which are generally unbranched, and they are even come from the nodes, then these type of roots are called fibrous root, where the taproot system is having a primary root from where the secondary roots are grown, and from that tertiary roots may be there, and the root hairs are there. Okay, these type of structures are found in the taproot, and these type of structure are found in the fibrous root. Fibrous roots are found in the monocot, and these type of roots are found in dicotyledon. So it will also help us to know whether the given plant is monocot or dicot just looking at the root. Then again, there is a problem that just to know that the plant is monocot or dicot, you will not going to uproot it. So even the leaves help us to know. The monocot plants will have what do you call, the veins will be in the lines, linears, whereas in the dicot plants the veins are forming a reticulation. There will be a midrib, then there will be secondary ribs, and from veins from there the another small veins will be there, and they form a network. Okay, so that also help us to know. So just study of morphology. Morphology also, morphology of flower, even in monocot jo hai, they are generally in the sets of 3, whereas they may be in the sets of 4 or 5. Okay, so their petals and their sepals and their numbers, they are either 3 or the multiples of 3. They are generally 4 or 5 and their multiples. Okay, so these are general, word generally you have to add in these cases, whereas the roots and leaves, parallel venation, this is parallel venation and this is reticulate venation, these are very much sure, वो ऐसे ही रहेंगे. Okay, so these are the some of the characteristics. Okay, then you will also study that there are certain type of modification, like if you see the modification of a xerophyte. I'm just, see, this is not in codes, I'm just giving you a review. Okay, so that you may not be in a state if someone asks what is the root or what is the stem or what are the monocot and dicot feature and all. So today I'll just give you an idea of all the different parts and their structures, and then tomorrow onwards we'll study. Tomorrow, of course, I'll not have class. Another important thing, children, tomorrow I'll not have class, so because I have got some seminar to attend, only I. Okay, other classes will be there. So tomorrow I'll put a link for test of chapter 20th, locomotion. You just studied and it is not too much of things are also there. So you can finish it in 2 hours. Okay. So there will be a link for the test available tomorrow at 8:30. You can attend the test and you can submit it. Okay, it will be just so that the time 30 minutes which is allotted to me, 30 minutes will be there available to you for the test to be done. Okay, done, children? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so chapter 20, that is movement and locomotion, that chapter's test will be available tomorrow. Okay, same Google test, so that you can do. Okay, so we shall just, I said the portion which I am teaching today is not in course, but we must know without the knowledge of morphology, what is the morphology, what are the various structure, what are the various type of modification, all are not there. Yet I am teaching just for the idea, and I'll not go in depth. Okay, so I said morphology is important in order to know the species, in order to know the modification, in order to know the state of the body, and it also helps us to know that is what type of adaptations are there and all. Okay, so those are the things which reveals. Okay, then if you look at plant, a plant body has got following structures. There will be roots, stem, एक ही ले लेता हूँ. Leaves, then flowers, then fruits and seeds. So these are the various structure. We will not study about, that is not included in the course. Root is not there, stem is not there, leaves are not there, flower is there, fruit is not there, this is not there. And only two families are there. Okay. Anyway, we would like to know what the roots are. Roots are the part of the plants which are developed from the seed, the very first structure which come out of the seed, which is known as radical. The radical later on develop into root. Root is always growing toward the gravity. It is always going away from the light. So it is negatively phototropic and positively geotropic and positively hydrotropic also. Okay. The roots are of two types, that is those roots which are having a primary root, and from where secondary roots are there and the tertiary roots are there, they are called taproot system. Whereas the roots which are found at the base of the stem and they are number of fibrous structure, they are called fibrous root. Okay. Now these roots are again modified for carrying out several functions. Okay, so modification अगर हम देखेंगे root modification, then we'll see that the taproot and the fibrous root both has got modification. The roots which are developed from the radical, they are called primary, that is the real root. And the roots which are born, there are several plants in which roots will be born from any of their nodes. The roots which are born from the nodes are called adventitious roots. Okay, so all will have different type of modification. The roots are meant for food storage. ठीक है, फूड स्टोरेज में क्या देखेंगे आप, यू विल हैव कैरेट, सीजन आ गए, रेडिश, टर्निप, ऑल दीज आर अवेलेबल इन दिस सीजन. ठीक है, बीटरूट, देन यू विल हैव व्हाट यू कॉल स्वीट पोटैटोज. ये सब डाइकोट है, ये डाइकोट है, ये डाइकोट है, दिस इज आल्सो डाइकोट, दिस इज आल्सो डाइकोट, बट दिस इज मोनोकोट. Okay, so on the basis of their shape, we call the carrot as conical, radish as spindle shape, turnip and beetroots are called napiform, NAPI, and this is called tuberous. These all are food storing roots. ठीक है, which stores food in their roots. Okay, the roots are also carrying out different function. Other function क्या हो सकते हैं, that is they may be providing support. This is sugarcane. The basic roots, fibrous roots are here. Then they got the nodes. The nodes which are close to the ground, they also give some secondary structures, that is the roots. These roots are called stilt roots. The roots which are given from the lower nodes for support, they are called stilt, STILT, stilt roots, found in the monocot plants. Okay, similarly support के लिए you will get banyan tree. From the banyan tree you will find some type of roots hanging down. They are called prop roots. Banyan tree is a dicot plant. This is a thick plant and growing into the different branches are there, and from these branches some of the roots are hanging down. This way Mowgli jump karta tha. Okay, those are known as prop root. Okay, so there are some roots which are meant for support. There are some roots which were meant for food storage. Okay, Cascata is a plant which is a parasite, and when it is a parasite, it enters its roots into the plant, in the host plant, and derive its nutrition. So those are called the haustoria. That is a special name given to it, HAUSTORIA, haustoria, or this is called sucking roots or parasitic roots. Example क्या है, Cascata. ठीक है. Then some of the orchids are there which are just growing on other plants, and they are also suspending their roots in the air, and they are deriving moisture from air. So those type of roots are called hygroscopic. Okay, hygroscopic, sorry, GRO. Hygroscopic roots which is absorbing moisture. Okay? Then you will get some roots in case of Kara. This is a plant, remember, it is not called as Chara, it is Kara. And the roots of the Kara are green. Roots are never green. But this is a plant when the roots are green and they are carrying out photosynthesis. These are floating plants. So they remain floated on the top surface where the light can easily penetrate, and even their roots are getting light. So they can carry out photosynthesis by their green color roots. So they are called photosynthetic roots, okay, or assimilatory roots. The name for modification is called assimilatory roots. So these are what about the roots. Now we shall study about stems. Stem कौन सा part है? Stem is the part which grows from the plumule of the embryo. Stem is the part which grows from plumule of the embryo, and it is always going towards light. So it is called phototropic, positive phototropic, negative geotropic and negative hydrotropic. पानी से भी कोई मतलब नहीं है, ठीक है? So that is called stem, and the stems are also, now stem can be a way by which we classify the plant. That is the stem which are green and tender and small. They are called herbs. When the stem reaches up to a height of 4 to 6 feet or above, but highly branched, then we call them as shrubs. And when the stems are highly branched, but or branch or not branch, but they are big enough, that is about 10 feet and all, not very much branch, then they are called trees. The stem can be straight, that is called erect. Stem can be branched. Okay, in the trees and the shrubs, the stem is hard, woody, tough. Okay, the stem generally, in case of herbs, they are greenish. They may have some other color, brown or purple or other color also, but it depends. It may be a particular of a particular species. Then the stems of generally shrubs and trees are brownish in color because of the dry exoskeleton, that is bark. Okay. Now stems are again modified. Modification पकड़ते हैं. Modifications of the stem. Stems are modified again for food storing, like potato called tuber, ginger called rhizome, turmeric again rhizome, then calocasia अरबी, ठीक है, इसको कहते हैं कॉम, then garlic and onion, they are of bulb. Okay, so these are the food storing stems, and on the basis of their shapes they are given different names, that is the tuberous, rhizome and the corm and the bulb. Okay, so these two food. Now why are they called stems? Stems will always have nodes and internodes. Stems will always have nodes and internodes. All the plants in which the branches are given from the nodes. Okay, the flower is born at the nodes, the fruit is born on the nodes. Okay, and if the plant is unbranched, even in the unbranched stem, the leaves are born from the nodes. Okay, so these are the parts which are nodes. Even in these structures, that is these food storing roots, you will find nodes. Okay, and it is the nodes from where the new plants will also given. Secondly, the stems are green when they are young. Even these food storing stems underground, they are green when they are young. You see green onion, spring onion, which we eat, onion is green. Sometimes raw potatoes are there, they are green. Arbi is green. So they are green. Why they are green? Because they have a stem. Okay. Roots मैंने अभी आपसे बोला, except in Kara, no other stem was green. So because the roots are not meant for photosynthesis. So these are since carrying out photosynthesis. Primarily they were carrying out photosynthesis, so they are green. Two function होते हैं stem के. Stem has got root at two function क्या? To anchor and to absorb. To anchor or hold the plant in the soil and absorb the water. Stem has got two functions, that is it will transport the water from the roots to the various parts of the plants, and secondly it will hold all the leaves and other parts of the plants in such a way that they all get leaves hai to they all get light for some part of the day so that the photosynthesis can be done. Okay, so ye ho gaya. Iske alawa there are subaerial modification. The roots can be, that is the roots can be growing horizontally above the above or under the ground. Okay, so you will find some of the stems growing on the ground, and from which the leaves are given at regular intervals, as in case of grasses you might have seen. Okay, they are called runners. There are some cases in which the stem is growing underground and only the leaves can be seen. Okay, you cannot see stem, as in case of mint, pudina. The stalk is growing underground. Okay, so this is a runner. These are called stolon. Okay, you might have even seen some of the plants in which the stem just bend and comes in contact with the moist soil and give the roots. Then this thing, banana and all, they are growing underground, and after every year the main plant dries, another plant come from there down. Okay, chrysanthemum. So all these are cases in which the roots are growing underground. Okay, even in aquatic plant, this is the water, and like water hyacinth. Okay, this is the water hyacinth. The roots are there, leaves are there. The stem is growing just under the water, and then again after some interval you will find some of the leaves. Okay, so these are called offset. So offset, stolon, runner, these are the horizontal modification of the stem. They are called subaerial modification of the stem. Beside this, stem in xerophyte, they become green and fleshy and they store water and they carry out photosynthesis. Okay? And in all these cases, they are even carrying out asexual reproduction, that is propagation. Okay, leaves are dorsoventrally flattened part of the plant. They are green in color. They are mainly responsible for photosynthesis. Dorsoventrally flattened, green in color, and mainly responsible for photosynthesis. Leaf has three parts. Okay, this is the leaf base. This is the what do you call stalk, and this is the petiole. Okay, sorry, this is the petiole and this is called lamina. Stalk is called petiole and this is called lamina. Now leaf can be simple or it can be compound. When a leaf is one single structure, then it is called simple leaf. When a leaf is one single structure, it may be divided, but it is one single structure, then it is called the papaya leaf. You see how many times it has got branches, yet it is one single leaf. But when these cuts, abhi ye wala jo hai, this will also be simple leaf. You might have all seen this type of leaves in your garden or around this thing. Morphology पढ़ने के लिए घर छोड़ना पड़ेगा. If you have to study morphology, you have to leave house and you have to go out and study. Morphology कोई घर पे बैठ करके और मोबाइल पे देख के स्टडी नहीं होता, ठीक है? And when these cuts become so deep that they reach up to the midrib, then these are called कंपाउंड लीव्स. अब ये ईच पार्ट को हम लीफलेट कहेंगे. लीफ के बच्चे हैं ये, ठीक है. जैसे पिग के बच्चे को पिगलेट कहते हैं, दे आर आल्सो कॉल्ड बच्चा ऑफ द लीफ, दैट इज leaflet. Okay, then you may find even a type of leaf in which all the leaves are found attached on one point. See, all the insertion are reach up to the midrib, और वो इस तरह से हो गया. तो ये एक कैसा हो गया, पाम की जैसे, one stalk on which different leaflets are born. So these are what you call compound leaves. ठीक है. Leaves are again modified for several functions. लीफ के खुद के अपने मॉडिफिकेशन है. लीव्स कैन बी मॉडिफाइड इनटू tendrils to carry out to hold the, that is in case of weak stems, climbers, they are help for holding the support and climbing up. Then in case of insectivorous plants, maybe bladderwort, when the leaf has become bladder shape and it has got several hair like structures. So whenever any insects come, they will hold it, catch it, and they will take their nutrition. Or it may be a jug-shaped structure, as in case of pitcher plant, they may have a lid or may not have a lid, or whatever it is type of. So there are different type of modification which you can see in leaves. Venation, I just know just few minutes before when I was differentiating between the monocot and dicot plant, I shown the venation, that is what type of veins will be there. One type of vein is there which start from the base and reach up to the apex. It is called parallel venation. And in another plant, you will find there is a main vein that is called midrib, from which several small veins are given up, and from that again smaller veins are there, and they form a network, a reticulation, that web-like structure, and such a structure is known as a reticulate vein. So reticulate venation or parallel venation. One more thing we'll study about leaf, that will be the last for today. Then tomorrow we'll study about flower. So मैंने बहुत कुछ पढ़ा दिया है. अगर if you look in the book, you will find that this is almost 4 or 5 pages. ठीक है. But since it is not in course, so I just gave you an idea so that you must know there is something in the leaves. There are something in the plants to study. And it is better, और मैं आपसे यही कहूँगा कि जब भी आप बाहर जाएं, आज और आज के बाद, whenever you go out and whenever you see any plant, just question yourself whether the plant is monocot or dicot, what type of leaves are there, what type of roots are there, what type of stem is there any modification, what this modification says, whether it is a xerophyte, whether it is a hydrophyte. लीव्स स्पॉन्जी हो जाती है हाइड्रोफाइट में. अभी मैंने आपको वाटर हाइसियंस का एग्जांपल बताया, दैट लीव्स आर स्पॉन्जी. कोटा का बड़ा सा तालाब, एंड देयर आर सो मेनी प्लांट्स फ्लोटिंग ऑन दैट. ठीक है, वाटर हाइसियंस. तो दैट है ना. तो दिस टाइप ऑफ मॉडिफिकेशन यू हैव टू सी व्हेनेवर यू आर गोइंग टू मार्केट, या घर में मम्मी जिस दिन सब्जी लेके आए, you hold a carrot and see what is the shape. It will be conical. You hold a what you call a radish, you will find that वो spindle shape है, ऊपर narrow है and बीच में मोटी है, फिर नीचे आकर के वापस नहीं हो जाती है. Turnip is like this. ठीक है, तो बिल्कुल ही conical हो जाती है. तो this is how you will get the thing. हाँ, मेरे को क्या पढ़ाना था अभी? The pond vinyas, that is the arrangement of the leaves, that is phyllotoxy. कि एक प्लांट में लीव्स किस तरीके से अरेंज हो सकती है. There are plants in which the leaves are found opposite. Calotropis. वो आंकड़ा होता है ना, जिसको तोड़ते हैं तो दूध निकलता है, पेड़ थोड़ी दूध निकलता है, लेकिन we says that. So that you will find the leaves are found always born opposite. There are number of plants in which the leaves are found opposite. There are cases in which the leaves are found alternate, one left, one right, one left, one right, one left, one right. ठीक है. There are plants in which the leaves are grown spiral. एक leaf इधर आई, एक उधर आई, एक उधर आई, फिर एक इधर आई. ठीक है. If you look, तो जैसे spiral सीढ़ी होती है ना, वैसे they will be arranged. Okay. And there are plants in which the leaves are found, all the leaves. There are a number of leaves, but all the leaves are found on one single node. They are called rolls. then after some time again, ठीक है, WHORL, rolled, opposite, alternate and spiral. These are called phyllotaxy. PHYLLOTAXY. That is classification of arrangement of leaves. Okay, that's all for today, children, and start preparing from today so that you can take the test. Tomorrow link will be available. कल का वीडियो तो नहीं रहेगा, एक स्मॉल ऐसा छोटा सा मेरा इंट्रोडक्शन देखे उसके लिंक में नीचे, that is in the description, link will be available, and keep watching and keep studying and enjoy the study. Have a good day. Thank you.